Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So the UEFA Champions League playoff fixtures have been scheduled. We now know who's going to be playing on the Tuesday, who's going to be playing on the Wednesday. I did a video just after the draw and built a squad, but now I know exactly who's playing on each day. I thought I'd just do another video. I've not actually opened up the website since I did that last video, so anything that I do in this video is just me looking at it and building the squad with you. It obviously won't be perfect, but I thought I'd just run you through how my brain thinks and how I'm going to go about setting up my UEFA Champions League playoff side. I know sometimes when you go on the website and you look at it, you get a bit, well, some people get a little bit flustered and a bit overwhelmed with what do I do next. So I'm just going to run you through my thought process and yeah, let's just start building the UEFA Champions League draft playoff squad together. Straight away, just before we do get started, we've got an extra 5 million in our budget. So in match day 8, we had 100 million budget still, and then the ups and downs, what we had with our players going up and down in price. But we've got an extra 5 million put into our budget. So when you do go onto the website, you'll see an extra 5 million in your budget. If you had like 0.1 million, you'll now have 5.1 million to spend. Obviously, once you start selling all your players, you'll have 105-ish million. Just maybe a bit more if your players have gone up and down in value. And now we're past the league stages, we can have 4 players from each club. So that's something that probably I will be looking to target, probably PSG against Monaco. That's probably the side where I'm already looking at. I'm thinking I'll probably get 4 players from them. The deadline's on Tuesday the 17th at 17:45. That's when the first fixture kicks off, Galatasaray versus Juventus. So can make transfers all the way up until then. I'll be obviously doing a deadline stream before that to show you I'm definitely locked inside. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of tinkering from now till then, but I'm going to go through my thought process of building a UEFA Champions League squad. So I'm looking at the fixtures, and my thought process straight away is I always try and do a 50-50 split squad if I can, or favour the first day more than the second day. So is that a 9 players on the Tuesday, 6 players on the Wednesday, and then if the players on the Tuesday don't do that well, at least the players on your bench can bring them in. If they do that well, you don't have to bring them into your side and you can let them sit on your bench. But a 50-50, usually it's an 8-7, so I'll have 8 players from on the Tuesday, 7 players from the Wednesday. We'll see how that works out over my draft on this video, but that's where I'm straight away thinking about. As I mentioned, probably 4 players from PSG against Monaco. Real Madrid versus Benfica. I think Mourinho's, over the last 2 decades plus, has shown that he's really savvy when it comes to knockout football. That's why he's won so many European trophies. And he showed it in the last league stage when he beat Real Madrid that he's not no fool, and I think he will make it a bit of a difficult match. I think Real Madrid will still win, and I think Mbappe will still score, but I think that'll be a hard match. Same with the Galatasaray Juventus, but Borussia Dortmund Atalanta. I think that's going to be a hard match, and it's one where I'm not even too sure which way to call it. Galatasaray being at home, I think it'll be really a hostile environment, atmosphere, so it might be a hard one for Juventus. Borussia Dortmund at home, really good at home. Atalanta might find it hard. I won't be surprised if they both score. I won't be surprised if they both keep a clean sheet. I won't be surprised if they both go through. So it's a hard one for the Tuesday. So then for the Wednesday, we've got Newcastle, Leverkusen, Atletico, Inter. I'm looking at them and thinking all 4 of them are the most likely to go through in that one. So we're probably getting players from them. And then on the second fixture, when all them players that you can see play on the Wednesday, they'll be playing on the Tuesday. I think I'll probably sell a player that plays on the Tuesday, the first leg, and get somebody for the Wednesday. So then I'll have 7 players for 8 players for the Tuesday's fixtures, which shows on the screen as the Wednesday's fixtures. And I'll have 7 for the Wednesday. So I'll probably sell somebody that's playing on Tuesday in first leg, and get somebody from Newcastle, Leverkusen, Atletico or Inter for the second fixture when they're all at home, because I think they'll get some good points. But with that in mind, let's just start building the Champions League squad for the UEFA Champions League. So here we have with my squad that I had in match day 8. as you can see, there's a few players that have been eliminated, so I might as well just start, well, qualified in what we have in a fixture this game week, so I might as well get rid of them all. They're all not going to be playing. These ones are all knocked out, so I don't need them. I've got 5 players. Mbappe, probably keep him. I don't think there's a world where I won't have Mbappe, so I might as well keep him. I'll take Vinicius Junior out for now. I probably will take Yilmaz out. He's not done that great for me, even though he's a cheap option. With an extra 5 million budget, I think I'll be able to afford players, and if not, I can potentially go to him. Dan Burn says he's injured, played in match day 8, but I know he played in the Premier League since, and I think I know he's 100% fit, but I'll take him out. Same with DeMarco. I like him, but maybe I go for Dumfries or somebody else. So straight away, I'm going to start building my squad. I'm going to start building it by picking players that play on the first day, so the Tuesday. So Galatasaray. I don't think I'll be getting anyone from Galatasaray. Juventus. I'm going to start with getting players from PSG, to be honest. No, I'm not. I'm going to start by going to goalkeepers. I'm going to go to goalkeepers, and I'm going to go for all these clubs that are there and make a decision on who to get. PSG, Benfica. I think I've got them all. Atlanta. One, two, three, four, five, six, 8. Yeah. So I've got all the goalkeepers. Put it by points. Interestingly, the Galatasaray goalkeepers at the top. Who do I expect to keep a clean sheet? PSG, yes. The thing that I want with a goalkeeper is obviously a clean sheet, but I also want him to have a few save points. I think Real Madrid might have a few questions to be asked of them. So it could be Real Madrid, Borussia Dortmund at home. Will they keep clean sheet? Yes. Will he save? Maybe. I'm not too sure who keeps a clean sheet out of Galatasaray, Juventus, this one. I'm going to get Courtois for now. And that's not locked in. Let's go for defenders now. No, I didn't want him. Straight away, I want PSG defenders and I want Nuno Mendes. Probably also want Hakimi. Just for his attacking threat, also potentially keep a clean sheet as well. Depends if he's back, I'm pretty certain he will be. It's just the Champions League hasn't updated. What other defender? Probably need one more defender. So is it a Galatasaray, Juventus, Real Madrid one? I think I'm favouring Borussia Dortmund, just because they're at home. And as I said just in the previous section, if they play on the Tuesday and they're at home, if he keeps a clean sheet, great. And then when they play on the Wednesday for the second leg, I can potentially sell him for somebody that plays on the Tuesday, and I think he's going to get a clean sheet. So maybe I go for somebody from Dortmund. I'm going to clear all that and just go Dortmund. This is me thinking about not spending super long on thinking about this, so apologies if it's not perfect. I'm going to go with Benson Biani, just because I know he's on penalties. With Anselmino going to Strasbourg now, I think there's even more certainty that Dortmund will play the best side and not rotate too much. Now they're in the knockout stages, so they play the best side, and Benson Biani is up there with the best. Now let's go for midfielders. I've got 3. I want 2 for the Wednesday. 2 defenders, 2 goalkeepers. So with me having 3 midfielders, and we already have an Mbappe, I probably only need two midfielders because I'm pretty sure I'll probably get Dembele as well. So let's do it again. Put all these teams in. I don't think I'll be getting anyone from Monaco, but I'll put them in. So I could get Vinicius Junior again. I'm going to keep looking. The player that I do like is Vitinha. He's been in red hot form this season. I think he's got like 6 Champions League goals. So who else would I want? Dortmund. I'm not convinced on Dortmund attackers, personally. I think there are, like, Adeyemi, yes, he's good, but he's been coming off around the 70th. Yildiz against Galatasaray could be good. He's in really good form. Really like him. I think it's boring, but I think I'm Vinicius Junior. I don't know if I've got the budget for this. So I've got my 3 PSG. I've got 3 Real Madrid. I know I'm going to get Dembele up front as well as Mbappe. So I've got my Tuesday's fixtures. So let's start building Wednesday's fixtures. So apply. And I've already said I think I'm just going to be favouring the 4 teams. So that's Inter. Let me know if I'm getting this wrong and you think I'm being a little bit biased by these 4 teams, because obviously I want to do well. And if I'm getting it wrong, get in the comment section and let me know. So we're looking for a goalkeeper that plays on the second day. I put it by points. My first thought was Sommer or put up, but I think I might go with Pope. My thought processes around that was, if I get Sommer, then the Newcastle defenders, I could get Burn again. I think I'd rather, if I can afford the budget, I think I'd rather get somebody like DiMarco or Dumfries as the attacking Inter player, and then have a Newcastle goalkeeper, then have a Inter Milan goalkeeper, then have a Dan Burn. Dan Burn could get ball recoveries and stuff like that, but I think I'd rather get the attacking return type of player. So I'll go for Nick Pope. Let's go for defenders. I already basically know one of them. Grimaldo was always in my thought when I looked at Leverkusen versus Olympiacos. It won't be a perfect game, but he's on all set pieces, free kicks, penalties. Now Frimpong's gone. He's just like the... And Wirtz is gone. He's kind of the main guy for Leverkusen. So I've gone with Grimaldo. Then I need one more defender. And as I said, because I've not got Inter Milan goalkeeper, I know it'll be the Inter Milan. So it's out of DiMarco or Dumfries. I'm not too sure if Dumfries will be back. I need to do a bit of homework on that. I'll put Dumfries in if I can't afford him, then obviously I can drop down to DiMarco to be able to afford whoever I want in other positions. So we're starting to build a squad where I'm kind of happy with. So we want some Inter, Newcastle, Atletico, Leverkusen. Newcastle, I was thinking Anthony Gordon straight away. He's been taking penalties for them in the Champions League. He's not been doing great in the Premier League, but he's been doing really well in the Champions League. So I'll pick him. I might take him out in a second. I don't think I'll get anyone else from Newcastle. Barnes has been doing well, but I'm not too sure if I would double up on Newcastle or pick Barnes over Gordon, just because they've got Alanga, they've got other players that could potentially come on for him. So don't really want that stress when it's only 2 legs. I think I'd rather just pick the player that I'm more assured of starting. I do like Hoglu, but I'm not too sure if he's going to be back. Who else is there? Leverkusen. I don't really think I'll get anyone from Leverkusen. Atletico Madrid. Let's go by points. I know it says he's injured, but he's on penalties a lot. It's not going to be an easy game against Bodø Glimt, I don't think, the first one, just because I'm basing that basically off what Man City did and getting beat away in the cold. so it might not be easy. But Inter Milan might change that. Kanahoglu, he's on set pieces, so I'll go with him. Might not stay in there. I've not got anyone from Atletico Madrid. Maybe I get Julian Alvarez up front. Do you know who I've not thought about? Who might be really good? Oh, he's not there. He might be on Atalanta. Yeah, Lookman is technically at Atalanta on this, but when it gets updated, I'm recording this on Friday. The deadline for picking your squad is tonight at 12 o'clock, midnight. So Champions League squads will be updated. He's gone to Atletico Madrid. He scored, didn't he, for them? So he's a really good option. I really like that. Right, I've got 8.2 million to spend to buy a forward. Not from them. Atleti. Newcastle. And Leverkusen. My first thought was Julian Alvarez before, just because he hadn't got any Atletico Madrid players. I can't afford him. Thuram, 8.2 million. Doing all right. That's a triple up on Inter Milan away against Bodø Glimt. Visser and Waltermaid, I do really like both of them, Newcastle-wise, but I'm just not too sure who starts and who plays the full 90 minutes. One of them could easily start, one of them could easily be benched. So not too. I doubt I'll go for Newcastle, so I'm just going to remove them from the list. Who have we got at Leverkusen? We've got Griezmann, 8.5. I won't lie, I don't know how Griezmann's been getting on this season. I don't know what the injury extent is. If you know, get in the comment section, let me know. I don't think I'll be going for that. It feels like I need to make some money to get one of these two, basically. I'll go with Thuram. But I did say I could save money by getting DiMarco, so I'm going to go with Julian Alvarez. And then I've got a decision to make. So I can sell him and get DiMarco. But if I got 0.2, I need to save 0.2. Can I get a 4.5 million defender for one game week from Dortmund? And I might have already cracked it very, very soon and be pretty happy with the side, to be honest. You might disagree when you're watching this and think, why have you picked him? Why are you forgetting about him? Soul. Emery Can, don't think he'll play all the time. Do you know who could be a really good option, but that's saving a lot of budget? Anton for one match day. I need to do some homework and make sure he's definitely going to start, but he's been injured a bit. But he's back. And at 4.1 million, if I'm only having him for one match day against Atalanta at home, hoping he keeps a clean sheet, and then I can sell him for somebody from Newcastle, Inter Milan, who could I get for 4.5 million from Newcastle? Just going to have a quick look at Newcastle into Leverkusen. I will have two transfers, so I can make a bit of money somewhere. Into Leverkusen, Newcastle. Sorry. I'm looking at defend. So basically, I'm looking at defenders for 4.5 million that I can switch him to for the second leg. So players from Inter, Newcastle, Atleti, or Leverkusen. Not too sure if he starts. Hancock could be a good one. He keeps starting, doing all right. Let's go by points. Lewis Hall's only 4.1 million. I could get him for the second leg. That could be decent. There's quite a lot of players that I could get on the second Tino Livramento 4.3. So I think that is basically it. I think I've cracked it. I think I'll be surprised if there's many changes out of this. Yes, I could probably get a different PSG triple up. Maybe get somebody like Kvaratskhelia, Barcola, Dewey. Maybe not get Kanahoglu if he's injured, Hakimi, Anton. But I'm really happy with that. To say that's the first draft. If you built a UEFA Champions League draft playoff side, get in the comment section and let me know how many of these players have you got, who's different, and let me know, critique me. Let me know who out of this squad you don't fancy, just so I can think about other options, basically, because I obviously want to do well. And I'm happy to listen to your constructive, hopefully, criticism. I'm going to leave it here. I'll be back probably next Saturday. And I'll start to try and lock in a UEFA Champions League team for the Tuesday. But this feels very much like it'll be very close to what I'm going to go with, to be honest. I'll be surprised if there's many changes. So if you do watch this video and you come back and team selection video, it'll be interesting to see how many players I've tinkered around with in this squad. But yeah, I'm going to sign off here. If you enjoyed this, let me know in the comment section, because this is a bit of a different video where I'm, again, just building a draft in front of you instead of planning it, preparing it, and I'm just talking openly and going through my thoughts. But I do think that's good. You can sell Anton for a Newcastle, Atletico Madrid, Inter Milan, Leverkusen defender for the Tuesday fixture and the second leg. And you'll have two transfers, so you can also sell somebody else in your squad if you want to upgrade him to somebody else that's more expensive, but I don't think you will. And then you can change another player in your squad if they're injured or whatever. You've already got another transfer to burn to fix whatever problem we find out, if it's a suspension and injury, before the second leg. First legs get played Tuesday 17th and then the week after the second leg, so it's not far away. So we'll be straight away thinking about what's our transfer moves right after the matchday 9 is finished. Playoff match, first leg. So yeah, signing off. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. We aim to get 20 likes on this video. Signing off, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.